Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about delivery codes on Grubhub. While PIN numbers are not unheard of in the gig economy and on platforms such as Doordash and UberEats, Grubhub either started to require, or I just wasn't paying attention, some customers to provide PIN numbers upon delivery. This time it is a little unusual on how it's being conducted. On Grubhub, they're known as delivery codes and have some noticeable difference compared to the normal Doordash and Uber Eats PIN numbers. So in this video, we are talking about everything you must know about Grubhub delivery codes, what they tell you versus how it actually is, and everything in between. But before we do that, let's go over a quick disclaimer. The content of this video does not contain and is never intended to be legal, business, financial, tax, or health advice of any kind. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It is advised that you conduct your own research and consult qualified professionals before applying anything you find online. I also want to make clear that everything that we're going to be going over is very market dependent and case by case. What applies to me in my market may not apply to you. So with that said, let's get started. What are delivery codes? For certain orders, a 2-digit delivery code is supplied by the customer to confirm that the order has been dropped off. This helps prevent wrongful penalties and delivery mix-ups. Delivery codes can be used for both standard and contact-free orders. This isn't too different from the standard PIN you would see on Uber Eats or DoorDash, and while it does ensure that the customer is who they say they are and that they receive the order, they aren't always treated that way though. There have been multiple reports of people claiming to receive their orders that we literally cannot move forward without receiving those codes and PIN numbers, but end up with contract violations anyway. Now those stories typically came up with DoorDash or Uber Eats, and I haven't really heard that story from Grubhub, but these platforms kind of all run by the same playbook and are notorious for it. So it is standard in food delivery for a customer to receive their order and still report the violation and still report that they never received it, because everything's an automated system. It's not a person putting thought into what is being said. Standard delivery: meet the customer in person, enter the code they give you into the driver app. Once verified, hand off the order and complete the delivery. Contact-free delivery: text or call the customer for the code. Enter the code they give you into the driver app. Once verified, drop off the order and complete the delivery. Okay, the first one makes sense, but what's the point of contact-free delivery with delivery codes? Like, the point of a delivery code is to ensure that the customer receives their order and to protect customers from order theft, drivers from customer fraud, and the platform from losing money. So when they have the option for contact-free delivery and delivery code, it doesn't accomplish what they're trying to accomplish. Like, pick one. It's very counterintuitive, and it'll actually cause more fraud than actually help combat. I'm just saying, I don't think they put thought into this. I really think that they saw that DoorDash and Uber Eats doing it, and because they saw DoorDash and Uber Eats doing it, they just copied and pasted it on a universal level and didn't think of how it should be applied. Just 2 digits. Another weird part of this is that the code itself really is just 2 digits as opposed to 4. And it also seems random too. Like, it's not the same code every time, because no one ever knows it ahead of time. Like, every time I've asked about it, it wasn't whatever the last 2 digits of their number were. It was always something completely random. Maybe they just didn't realize it, or didn't know, or they didn't even set it, but that is the point. But then why allow it for contact-free delivery? Was it an oversight by design? Is it for the optics of having a system of this sort? Did they have the intention to verify and disarm fraud on the platform? Or are they just using this as another excuse to deactivate good drivers on the platform? I am not 100% sure if that was the reason, but that's what it seems like to me. Did I miss anything? Is there another perspective about the delivery code system on Grubhub that I haven't mentioned in this video? Let me know in the comments. And let's make sure that anybody and everybody has anything and everything that they need to know about this, so that way they can make the most amount of money in the least amount of time in the safest possible way, regardless of whatever platform they are on. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.